Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show. And most importantly, from my heart, I want to say thank you for your support. We're already at 60,000 on our journey to 100,000 subscribers, so subscribe today if you like what you see. All right. Rina Shah, former senior congressional GOP advisor and also Republican delegate, was on CNN talking about why Republicans should not vote for Donald Trump, why she is not going to vote for Donald Trump, and why the only logical choice in the matchup between Biden and Trump is Joe Biden. Let's go to the clip and then you'll hear my reaction.
There's 100 some days left, and both sides have one job, and it's to turn out people to vote for something, not just against the other guy. And that's the real challenge here. When I look at Donald Trump, I look at the Republican Party, the party I belong to for my entire life. I cannot vote for Donald Trump in good conscience because I know this is a convicted felon who cannot vote for himself. American women are smart. We are the smartest women in the world. We're most highly educated, and we smell garbage from a mile away. When you try to take a right from me, and I'm a Republican woman, do not strip my freedom from me and then tell me you're not doing that. That angers me more than anything else, and that is what Republicans are doing to me right now. I feel betrayed by this party, and I think this party could have put up somebody better this November, and they have chosen not to. This week could have been a turning point in the road for the Republicans, and they have chosen not to. So there is one job here, and with all due respect, Donald Trump has not earned my vote. He must be defeated to keep the American way. He is somebody who cannot vote for himself. We have to be practical in this moment, and I think millions of American people are. So regardless of what Joe Biden looks like today or tomorrow or even did yesterday, I will be voting against the juggernaut that is Trump.
Now look, you've heard me say this over and over and over again, and I believe that the Biden campaign is actually counting on this, that millions and millions of Americans have already seen through the nonsense of the current Republican frontrunner, soon to be the Republican nominee. And they will not vote for him. Now, what we know is that there is approximately 28 to 30% of the Republican Party have stated in polls that they will not vote for Donald Trump if he's convicted. Well, he was 34 times. And then there's a percentage of that Republican Party that turns around and says, and there, I believe it's part of that same 35%, that turned around and said that as a result of his bragging about the overturning of Roe versus Wade, his involvement in destroying this 50-year stare decisis, that they cannot, in good conscience, vote for him. And you hear from that same group of people, women particularly, who say, you have stripped me of a right, just like Rina Shah just said. You have stripped me of a right that I have grown up with, that my mother has grown up with. In fact, her grandmother had more rights than she does. And we are now going into the year 2025. Instead of progressing forward, we are now returning to a time in our history that we should never be at. More than 50 years ago, when this issue first came out, how about all the members of the Supreme Court that Donald Trump nominated, all stating that they would respect stare decisis? None of them did. But then again, there's nothing that you could do about it. They are appointed for life. That's another issue. But Rina Shah is absolutely correct that they are taking away, they are stripping women of their reproductive decision-making rights. And the question that one has to ask themselves, what is the purpose of this? Well, it falls directly in line with Project 2025, something that Donald has lied about again and again and again, stating he has no idea what Project 2025 is. He doesn't know anybody that's involved in Project 2025. When we know for a fact that people like John McEntee, who was his bag man, and then you have campaign advisor Steve Bannon and others are all involved in Project 2025, which is to turn America into a white Christian nationalist country. They are vehemently opposed to abortion ever. And makes no difference with the health of the mom. They don't care. Their job, their sole purpose amongst other things, is to ensure that abortion becomes banned in the United States. This is something, again, that not only affects women. Now, of course, it is a woman's reproductive decision-making right, but what about her spouse? What about her partner? What about that person? They are impeding upon the rights of Americans, and they are not going to stop there. Don't be fooled. You must read this 900 plus page manifesto, the Project 2025 manifesto, which is solely designed to strip Americans of more and more rights. And what some things that this manifesto does is it takes away things like the EPA, and it has no care in the world about climate control. It's going to defund certain agencies and so on. The same agencies that we rely upon to protect our rights, they're going to defund them. They're going to get rid of them. Why? Because the goal is to get rid of everybody's rights. And that's exactly how autocracies are created. It's how monarchies are created. You've heard me say so many times that when you hear Donald Trump talking about things like the Biden administration weaponizing the Department of Justice to go against his critics, it is deflection, because you know that I have filed with the Supreme Court of the United States a writ of certiorari. Why? Because Donald Trump, through a willing and complicit Attorney General, Bill Barr at the time, violated my constitutional rights, my First, my Fourth, and my Eighth Amendment rights, and had me unconstitutionally remanded back to prison because I refused to waive to sign off and to waive my rights in that document, which is a counterfeit. It doesn't exist in the system. It was designed specifically for me. This is what Rina Shah is also talking about, that this is a man who has no issue, no compunction at all about changing things that only benefit him, that don't benefit her, any woman, or any American. And this is really dangerous. And when she said that Donald Trump is a juggernaut and that she cannot vote for this man, that regardless of what you think of Joe Biden, regardless of whether you think that he looks old or he's tired or he doesn't walk with a big step or he's not loud when he speaks, irrelevant, because the result of failure to vote for Joe Biden and to vote for Donald Trump will ultimately mean the end of the Democratic Republic as we know it. We are seeing it on a day-to-day basis. We are hearing it from Donald and his sycophantic, cohorts themselves every single day, what they intend to do to this country if, God forbid, a million times that he wins. And now with everything that's been going on between the Eileen Cannon decision, he's the only guy who could actually get a bump up as a direct result of something like this, despite the fact that the shooter was Republican. I am so lost. I so appreciate Rina Shah's comments and so on. And this is somebody who was up there as a congressional GOP advisor. She herself telling you. By the way, think about all the people like myself who were part of the inner circle early on telling you the exact same things. So when we tell you that Donald Trump is a danger to this country and that he cares for one person and one person only, it's time to start paying attention. Hey everyone, first of all, thanks for watching. We're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.